Because you want nice job. Hey, going to interview a hot man. I have to be a game.
Oh, hot shoes. I shower.
Oh my gosh.
People are always fighting in Argentina. I'm so sleepy.
Studio, mics are up. Welcome, 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 Lagos. You're listening to the sounds of Smooth 98.1. It's your Love Music, Love Life radio station, and it's time for us to talk sports inside of the locker room. Tega, good morning.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
Sleepy.
Oh, interesting. Tega, wake up.
Sleepy.
Oh, interesting. Tega, wake up. This morning, Lagos, we're going to talk about sports. Very interesting stories here before us. To join the conversation, you know what to do. Go on WhatsApp. Our number for messages is 0809 4440981. That's 0809 4440981. You can also leave messages for us in the comment section of our YouTube channel. It's Smooth 981 FM Lagos. On Twitter, when you're tweeting at Smooth 981 FM, use the hashtag LockerRoom981. We look forward to getting your messages, all right? WhatsApp, remember, is 0809 981. Now let's go to Cameroon for our next story. Having rediscovered their verve after the opening day loss to South Africa, the Super Falcons are set to face another test when they tackle top rivals Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses in tomorrow's African Women Cup of Nations semi-final clash at the Accra Sports Stadium in Ghana. Now, Super Falcons have been a stumbling block to the Cameroon Lionesses' quest to win their first African title, and according to assistant coach Maureen Madu, the Super Falcons are so determined to reach another final and win the battle. According to Madu, Madu said in a statement, and I quote, "Against Cameroon, it is always a tough match, but our girls are more than determined. They have improved with every game, and of course, the game against Cameroon will not be our last, as we are focused on playing in the final and make the country proud." Wow, very optimistic.
And also get the World Cup ticket. That's important for you.
High hopes.
It's not high hopes. It's something we'll do.
Okay.
I don't like the way you're talking.
No, I believe
we
you.
just thrashed somebody by 6 goals to 0, and we missed a lot of chances.
Right.
Just for
can we
good
make
measure.
that consistent? Is that possible?
Oh, women's football. Yes, you should be talking to your men.
Okay.
Women's football.
I like that.
We do this all the time. Okay, so first of all, congratulations to Super Falcons after the disaster that was the preparation and then the beginning of the tournament. It has come back to normal in Africa. So this is what the Super Falcons, in case you didn't know, this is what they generally do. They thrash people.
Yes.
6 goals to 0.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just, I'm
register in my head.
I'm updating you so that you know the difference between Super Eagles and Super Falcons. They don't play anyhow. They don't beat us in Uyo anyhow. We go there and we dominate.
Yes. With clean shirts and jersey.
It doesn't matter. But it's great to see the girls playing differently again, and then the options that the team has with players. So there's some depth in the squad, and there is also that fluidity. Like I said, from the very first game, it had nothing to do with maybe the quality of the players that we have, whether they're older or younger. It was a question of these girls hadn't played enough games together, so they looked like they were on different networks.
Yes.
When they were in the first game. Their passes were misplaced, their shots on target, they were just rusty all over, with scoring, with defending, with making passes in the midfield. But from that first game to now, there's been a lot of progress. They're playing a little better with a little more drive and a little more hunger. Apparently everybody wants to be in France in 2019.
That's good. Good ginger.
Yeah, and so this is a good ambition.
Yes.
But they face now a tougher opposition in Cameroon. They haven't seen anybody like the Cameroonians yet in this tournament. And so what is happening in the tournament right now is the other teams have, like I said, upgraded it a little bit. So Super Falcons have to play just a tad better and with a little less arrogance. Let me
Okay.
put it in that way.
Mm.
So they're facing a Cameroonian side that they've beaten consistently, but they need to continue doing that. Remember how they beat South Africa consistently till South Africa beat them. That's exactly what happens.
That
So
is hard to forget.
they're going to this semifinals. Hopefully, it will not be the last game, but they have to start this game from the very beginning of the first half.
Okay.
No time for a slow start, no time for missing chances. They have to be clinical with every chance they get. The earlier the score, the more comfortable and the earlier they settle, and then they can have a good game. Otherwise, it's just going to be another cat fight. You don't want that.
Hmm. I'm glad you mentioned that because this was far from me. This is actually about guys who are saying, you know what, I don't want to show myself. Let me just bow out, the gentlemanly fashion. We're talking Formula One. So Lewis Hamilton says he wanted to finish the Formula One 2018 season in style as the best preparation for a renewed battle with Ferrari and Red Bull in 2019. Hamilton said, and I quote, "I really wanted to finish the season strongly. I wanted to end how I planned to start next year. That was the new psyche. But after a relentless Hamilton inflicted another defeat on his rivals, both Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas, they have admitted they need a break from Formula One. Listen to this. Now, Bottas said, and I quote, "I want to have some time and time to think about things. Mentally, it's been a pretty tough year. I need a break." And Vettel, on his part, admitted, "I think I need some time for myself. I think it's been quite a difficult and exhausting year for me. I definitely need a bit of a gap. Looking back, I haven't been at the top of my game." What is happening to this guy? So
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton is such a tough
look,
opponent.
no, it was a tough year on them. Of Bottas who came in a Mercedes, at least he would have been expecting to win a race or two.
Okay.
Um, for him, a few race wins would have been expected in a Mercedes, knowing that he's made podium before with in a Williams. So
Mm.
this faster car, this a better car, this supposedly a stronger team, and so he's going to come here. He was thinking, okay, I'm going to win a few races. That didn't happen.
Mm.
Kind of struggled. I mean, even yesterday's race, he went from second to fifth, and people were overtaking him. And you can't say it's a question of the cars because Lewis Hamilton is driving in the same car. Um, and he's not struggling as much as you're struggling, so there's something going on. So there's that lack of confidence, and sometimes it comes from you knowing that you're a second man on the team, but there's also that question where you've made several errors yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're second guessing your every move. So he needs to get out of his head, and the good thing is that Formula One doesn't start till next year in March,
Mm.
so they have a long time
To rest.
to get themselves mentally ready because
Okay.
there'll still be some practice um, before the season is over and finally
Mm.
and there'll be some practice at the beginning of before that the next season
Mm.
starts, but
Mm.
he has enough time to clear his mental space. For Sebastian Vettel, it looked like this was going to be title number 5. He started the first half of the season very well, pushed Hamilton. Hamilton pushed him back. It was looking like an equal fight, and next thing you know, he's on the ground, and the referee has counted 3. Fight over. So he's just at this point like, where I did make 1 or 2 mistakes, but how did I lose it so quickly? Because it happened so fast, and so he has that time to clear his head, re-strategize, and then remembering that he's going to be driving next year on a team with a younger guy in Charles Leclerc who's
Mm.
not going to sit back like Kimi Raikkonen.
Mm.
So it's a tougher one. But for Lewis Hamilton, it's just joy all the way. He's been celebrating since he won. He enjoyed a brief time in Dubai before he went to Abu Dhabi. Will Smith was there.
Shook hands with
Like
Will, took
every
pictures, videos, and all.
everybody that was anybody was there,
But
and so
yeah, do you think he achieved all this because he got that amount of support against? Compared to his other counterparts.
everybody got support.
Okay.
He didn't get more support than anybody. He just drove a better race than everybody else on the track. So he's having a good time. It's a great time to enjoy. But next year, like I said, the gap will be closer once more.
Mm.
And Lewis will have to bring his A game. So let's see how it turns out. But it was an exciting Formula One season.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to see a more competitive Formula One season next year.
Awesome. We got this message in from Dio, who's sending this one from Gambia on our WhatsApp. Say, Tega, Tega, Tega. Unai is no Wenger. He don't shame you. But those guys gave us a tough time. Piano FC gave me a very drab and boring Saturday afternoon. And Chelsea dodged the bullets by selling their Aperi, aka basket, for a kepa. What's that? Madrid was a one-man team after all.
First of all, Dai hasn't shamed. He hasn't won a single thing yet. Cup, self, he has not won.
Oh boy. Okay.
Spoon. Let's not even go to cup.
Obi sent in this one from Alaba International. Obi said, Super Falcons will beat Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, but I do not know if they will pick the cup. Okay. All right, Philip from Queen's Drive. We see you all the innuendos, you guys, or rather, the hidden messages you guys are sending through. Philip from Queen's Drive says, Super Falcons have been a shadow of themselves ever since the days of Kike Ajayi, Rita, and Perpetual. Wish them the very best of luck, however. Thank you, Philip.
Which Super Falcons are you talking about?
Before I get Tega started, Lagos, let's take a break. We'll be back to talk more sports inside of the locker room. You're listening to Smooth 98.1.
We did all 2 stories.
Yes.
Let me see. Sometimes you have to cut the reading of those stories.
Okay. Like this one. No problem. I'll take. Yeah.
Oh, I need to go with short hair, and I want to sneeze.
Sorry.
Turn around and sneeze. Turn around and sneeze. Oh, na na na. Hey. Which one is UK's messy divorce? Stop calling it a divorce and call it what it is. It's a humanitarian crisis.
That's what everybody's calling it. A divorce.
They're silly. How do you do that? How do you separate from people when we are trying to bring the world together?
Because you gotta accept it.
They're already established. That's the reason why there are many people's colonial masters.
They want to control them. Tega. They want to control their own resources.
They already control their own resources. It's not like they are Poland.
So they can have better frontiers, better control of their borders.
They have better control of everything. That's my point. They have nothing to cry about.
No, Teresa doesn't think so. She doesn't think so.
I don't think so.
Feels they should leave May 29th.
I don't think she thinks at this time. I think they were playing politics.
March, if you didn't have made this,
you may not realize how strong how often you are exposed to these germs every day.
I think they just
Dr. Charles Garber, a professor at the
they're playing politics and then it became real.
always gambling with germs. Research has found that some germs can lead
Okay, so this is what they are doing now.
what's that?
You know
germs don't stand a chance for survival.
that thing. The migrants ran towards the border. Yeah.
Enough to kill germs fast.
The fire Tegas on that.
Oh, but I couldn't stop everybody.
New Lifebuoy soap refreshes the whole body during
But you know, this crisis really started when they started calling these people.
Yes.
Like these people were on their own.
different occasions of the day continues to protect you from germs that you may have come in contact with during the course of the day. The new Lifebuoy soap is mild on the skin but tough on germs. Therefore, it is suitable for the whole family, even children. Mothers, step up your game and stay one step ahead.
This
with
girl
the
has
new
my
Lifebuoy
stomach.
soap in ensuring that your child is safe.
Don't worry, my stomach will be
Children and adults
flat
should wash
soon.
their hands with Lifebuoy soap and water to prevent illness.
We're walking towards it.
No, we are not.
It's a dream.
We are eating our way to it.
Before lunch,
It is a good stash.
toilet.
It will be flagged by itself.
Such thing as overdoing it when it comes to hygiene. Give no room for sickness. Lifebuoy's brand philosophy
I
says
think we'll just
prevention
mention.
is better than cure.
Don't worry, you just read the story and mention that this guy.
Soap and water is a proven cost-effective
Biggie. Big T is supporting you.
I have to tell them, it is Super Falcons, not Super Eagles. We don't play here. We thrash people, baby. We beat them. Pew, 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 pew,
Pew, pew,
pew.
pew, pew, pew.
Tell your bum bum. That's how we roll in the Super Falcons. We good like that.
The 60 gram is 100 naira.
I think we'll just announce that Phil Mickelson won the 9 million.
Remember that your
Okay.
greatest wealth is
But he
your
didn't
health.
win.
Take care of your
Richard
body
has made
because
it.
It is the only place you have to live in. The new Lifebuoy soap is also
Hey, Blue Blue.
and shops near
Because we
you.
have finished the time.
Bro.
Morning.
Good morning.
Because I think that's a lot of adverts.
Yeah. This is December. beckoning. Season is here. Money has landed.
Wait, we're going to do as many stories as possible.
Okay, before we take the story and messages, alright. Please apologize to Tega. Ah, I can't.
Who should beg me? Beg me now. The Super Falcons. We deal with people here. We're playing tomorrow, yeah?
5 o'clock? Wait, 5?
I don't even know again.
DSTV was broadcasting Nigeria's match against Equatorial Guinea as Kenya.
Yes.
Kenya and
We don't know
Nigeria.
anymore.
It's like, what? I mean,
I think they made the schedule. They didn't change it. Because they changed some.
okay.
Yeah.
You're right. Got you.
They didn't change everything. So I think that the guy forgot to correct it.
This is Eibar, right?
Oh, Ramadan Eibar.
Eibar.
As many stories, so you just caught some stories, summarize it
Short,
yourself.
yeah.
Don't read the whole thing.
Alright, cool.
My nose is worrying me now.
Kind of. I don't know whether it's cold or hot, but you know how like you
How do
can
I skip
feel.
this name? Hoeness.
Yeah, Hoeness.
You know, that's simple.
Why are you smiling? What did you do?
That's the
No,
simple thing you want to
to
escape.
escape.
That's what
Hoeness.
you see me and then your body will become a brew.
Before?
See, ordinary honest.
All the brouhaha that you cause.
You brewing it there.
Alright, we're back in studio. Pick up your mic, please. Thank you. And we're back to the exciting details inside of the locker room here, talking about sports on Smooth 98.1. We'll go to our next story very quickly. Remember that you can send in your messages through WhatsApp to 0809 440 981. Now, Finn writes about long in Las Vegas. He said, he told Woods after all, and this made me laugh when I read it. So you know, I would never let you live that down. But it's nice to have a little something on you. To which Tiger Woods you couldn't have made this.
That was not entirely true. Filming match for most of the front nine. I think Tiger led that match only once. Other times it was all school, and then there was a time Tiger was supposed to win.
They have to stretch it
Then they
one
play
step
again.
further.
They play
Yes.
the 18th hole again, which was and it was still also after it. And then
Football.
you understand,
Yeah.
like. Okay, but and that was extra. So it came very. He didn't, and eventually Phil Mickelson won it in the 22nd hole. So, great fun for Phil Mickelson, but he did birdie his first $200,000. And so he missed that bet on the side. He made some other bets in between. They made some other bets in between that Phil yeah.
Thankfully,
He said that we have to try to do something because the phase today was a disaster. Only the defensive line, the defensive phase. The offensive players pressed very badly. The midfielders did not defend as well. And the defensive line, as a consequence, was a disaster. In the first 25 or 30 minutes,
one defeat, but it is one defeat that has put them closer to Arsenal than closer to the likes of
Manchester
Liverpool
City.
and Manchester City, who they've been aspiring to be. And it's funny how this league is. You have a Tottenham that didn't buy any players. Many people thought they were struggling. They struggled a bit, but they've got a couple of their players who have not fit
The
back and
backup,
playing.
yes.
And now they are really playing good football. Good performance from them. Chelsea have to get back to winning ways in the weeks ahead after this surprising performance. Let's hope that this is just a storm in a teacup and nothing more.
I'm playing Conte as a holding midfielder. Please try.
It'd be nice to put him back where he's what he does best, because Jorginho was found out badly yesterday.
That's if they hear you.
Saturday.
But anyway, Atletico Madrid came within a whisker of their first league win over Barcelona in 8 years on Saturday, only for Ousmane Dembele to dash their hopes with a dramatic equalizer in injury time. Diego Costa looked to have won a dreary contest at the Wanda Metropolitano when he headed in his first La Liga goal since February with 12 minutes left as Atletico prepared to go top the table with a long-awaited victory. Now, Santiago Solari had proven the perfect caretaker, but his debut as permanent coach ended in a disastrous and deserved defeat at Upura.
Okay, so here we are with the Barcelona Atletico Madrid side that we're supposed to give us a very interesting game. First half was horrible.
Yes.
From both sides.
It was bad.
Atletico Madrid had a plan, which is we will stay here and not concede, and then towards the end of the game we'll play. So they were not going to be exciting. But for Barcelona, they looked a bit confused about what they were doing up front. And so they didn't do anything with the first half. Second half, they created a few chances, but it was Atletico Madrid who always looked dangerous. And granted, the same man I said would trouble the Atletico Madrid defense on Friday did not only just trouble the Atletico Madrid defense, he scored the goal. But just when it looked like he was winning, like Barcelona, they would always find a way and create chances. And so Messi takes the ball and he has 3 men on him, and Ousmane Dembele was on a vacation in one spot of the 18-yard box. They didn't even think about him. They're like, that guy that likes to play video games and not come for training. And then Messi Messi passed him the ball, and the video guy game just... Is it R2 or R3 that he pressed? And it was a goal.
It was R2.
It was R2, yeah? And it was a goal. So congratulations to Barcelona that they managed to come away with a point after such a disaster of a game. What that has done is that because they drew and Sevilla won their game, Sevilla now tops the La Liga. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, second and third, just managing their position. And Real Madrid, now, luckily for them, they're just 5 points away from Barcelona because of the draw. But Solari, that was not a good way to tell people thank you for giving me contract.
I know, very ungrateful. Anyway, let's move on to talk about Bayern Munich. The president, Hoeness, launched a scathing attack on his players on Saturday night after the German champions surrendered a 2-goal lead to draw 3-3 with Bundesliga Minos Fortuna Dusseldorf. Now, what happened today is not acceptable, said Hoeness. I need to recover from this shock. It's going to be a difficult evening for my wife. Boy, I feel bad. That's exactly what he said.
But here's what. Yeah, he was, because he was really livid. Here's what is interesting. They're blaming everybody now. I was doing the coach watch. Are they going to sack Niko Kovac soon?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like they're going to sack him. He's fifth on the table right now, 9 points behind leaders Borussia Dortmund. Does not look good for Bayern Munich at this point in time. In fact, Hoeness is saying, let's not even be talking about title. Let's just manage to get it top four. But what it is that the coach has been given till Tuesday when they play Benfica, and after that, according to Hoeness, they are going to sit down and discuss it, whether this coach should stay.
Because he said they're going to take the next few days to work out why they're playing such bad football.
Yeah, so on this point, on this note, I think they're going to sack the coach and some players.
Wow.
Because it doesn't look... That's what it is.
That's the critical point. Look, if you go through the past maybe 2-3 seasons, it's been the same problem, and I feel like it's the same players creating the same problems for different coaches. From Ancelotti to everybody that has come in apart from Jupp Heynckes.
Yes.
If you notice, only Jupp Heynckes came in and stabilized things. It tells me that certain people within the dressing room are responsible for this problem.
The person that is waiting for Ozil to track back.
Okay. Let's wait to talk about more of these stories after the break, and we'll go to your messages on WhatsApp. Remember that number, 0809 444 981. It's the locker room with Tega, myself, Valentine, and Uncle Brutalistics. Good morning.
Okay, here's what we're going to try and do. We're not reading the Man U story. We're taking the Arsenal story because there's small controversy there.
Okay.
Yeah, we took too long on that first set, so we should just be doing this next time.
Okay.
I didn't even know time was gone. I just looked up and it was 8:26.
Favorable government policies. Truly, these things make a company grow.
Lulu!
Loyal employees that will go the extra
My
mile.
favorite guy!
That's why you need to get your staff covered with group life insurance.
Oh, Lewis Hamilton, he doesn't know what he's in for. He should just be avoiding me, maybe till he retires. Because if I meet him,
Life insurance. Your employees can focus better on their job.
it may be a case of security.
What happens to their families in the future? Learn more about group life insurance at www.youareinsured.ng.
The Leave for Freedom campaign is brought to you by
Oh, Mokono, Uganda.
the insurance company.
You couldn't put Uganda news on this TV when they had a celebration. It's not that people have died in a boat accident. People are not trying.
Mommy, what does conflict mean? Conflict? It means, look, eat your breakfast and stop talking with your mouth full.
Means that the flake is whole. What's wrong with her? Why is she doing anyhow? Should I sharp mommy?
Corn that is flakes whole to retain all the natural goodness. So next time you're eating cornflakes,
My nephew just asked you some questions. You have to come up with intelligent
I'm telling
answers.
you.
If not, you're in trouble. Auntie Tega did not know it.
And they'll be dragging it, they'll be laughing. Yeah, you don't
As soon
know
as
it.
anybody walked through the door,
Auntie Tega did not
I asked Auntie Tega did not know it. You're
You're in
finished.
trouble. He's against you the whole day.
Next thing you know, I'm searching how to start a fashion label. Got the dream and the hustle spirit. Then just keep searching for a way to move closer to your goal. What will you search for? Fuel for your hustle by Google. Search now.
remember when you were wild and free and danced
Oh, Austin Tice.
find a crowd into a single moving soul. That was the night you met her outside the club. Your mom
Young man, get
said
into
to
the
pick
car.
you up exactly 11:30 because she had to get up early the next morning for the O1 beer.
So who has him?
You can just get an Uber, request a ride.
Go to your app store. Download and install. Open up a sector. You can even choose your own theme. Cash out at any branch or ATM. Schedule your payments without
Hey,
stress.
since 2012, this man has not seen good life.
I promise you, there are some places where me, if I was a journalist, say, guy, come and go. I say, uncle, you don't pay me enough.
They usually want to go to all those kind of places.
It's good for them.
So we'll quickly rush through the Arsenal story because there's so many. Oh, let's just do the message.
Messages.
Yeah, there's so many. Alright, we're back in.
Tap the
Studio live. Mics are up.
My name is Amoy and you're listening to Smooth
And good to know you're right there. You're listening to the Locker Room here on Smooth Breakfast and Smooth 98.1. And it's with me, Valentine and Tega, and Brutalistics. He was worried for a second there. I was going to call him Uncle Boo, but anyway. He came out. Big T sent a message on WhatsApp. Said, Chelsea lost to Tottenham. It was a bad game. I expected it to be tough, but we played really bad in the defense. If we do not fix it quickly, things look bleak. And Big E here sent in this one. Said, Chelsea now, we can hear what? Chelsea unbeaten, and looking forward to Eden Hazard moving to PSG. Kudos to my darling club, Arsenal, for an outstanding performance. Tega, we will surprise you to win the FA, Premier League and Champions League.
Chai,
Believe it.
even the World Cup, Biggie.
I've been very enthusiastic. Now, Zizi Classic says, as for Barcelona, I think half bread is better than none. Not like Real Madrid biting their... Okay. Shade. And then this one from Bash from Yaba says, I was not surprised by the Chelsea result because I have always said counter-attack is the solution, which Sarri has now confessed. This is what happens when you believe that possession is more important than defending. And another message here from Chimobi Victor. He said Santiago Solari just decided to scam Real Madrid in order to get the job by winning his first 3 matches. After that, HR continued from where Lopetegui stopped by losing with the same goal margin. He lost his first game as Real Madrid coach. He said, I do not know why Atletico Madrid are afraid of this. Whenever they play against Barca, they always lose focus. I was ashamed on their behalf. I am ashamed, he said. Chimobi, thank you very much. Sorry. Tega, this one, Emeka says, please apologize to Tega. She loves Arsenal. Didn't Arsenal win yesterday's match? Tega, do you love them? Have you changed your mind? Okay. Cruz says, I think NFF does not take the Super Falcons seriously because they always deliver. I hope the Falcons won't revolt soon. Maybe Hamilton should be allowed. Will should have allowed Will Smith take over the wheels when he went into the pit. I really hope Bottas has a better 2019. Real Madrid, oh, and then he added, "Why Messi being the vest for Valverde?" All right, questions are hanging in the air. Lagos. Well, all over time. Thank you very much for staying tuned to us to listen to the locker room. Catch the replay on YouTube. Just type in the search box Smooth 98.1. And special thanks to Tega and Brutalistics for
You're
coming
welcome.
through. Good morning. And up next, Lagos, at the top of the hour, we get to talk. Remember, the number to call is 0144 89981.